Joining me now is Torie Robinson, CEO of Epilepsy Sparks and host of the Epilepsy Sparks Insights podcasts. Good morning, Torie.
Good morning there. Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us. These headlines, they're going to be very worrying for women with epilepsy, but sodium valproate, it's an important drug for many, isn't it?
It sure is. It's, for the majority, a very effective anti-seizure medication, which can prevent lots of people from actually having seizures and indeed going into status epilepticus, and can reduce one's risk of sudden unexpected death in epilepsy as well.
And is it one of the most commonly used drugs?
It is, as previously mentioned by your other guest, it's been used for decades now. It's known by many as the sort of lilac pretty purple pill that one can take. And it's, a lot of people take it.
So how hard is it for women with epilepsy who want to start a family, who want to carry their own children and who know that they need to control their seizures?
Look, it's something which pregnancy, when you have epilepsy, is something which needs to be planned ideally in advance. No one wants to be having seizures at any time, let alone when one is pregnant. Dosages and drugs often need to be changed according to weight. And lots of medicines, including sodium valproate, can have a significantly negative impact on a fetus and therefore the child in later life.
And so there are a range of drugs available. Not all of them are linked to disabilities, deformities, abnormalities in babies, are there?
Correct. We have about 30 different anti-seizure medications on the market at the moment. Some of them are really old and side effects cannot be the best, as is the case for many anti-seizure medications, to be honest. But the thing is, for many people, many women with epilepsy, only one drug works. And in many cases, that is the sodium valproate. And often people feel like, really, do you choose to continue taking the sodium valproate, which might be controlling your seizures, but which might also harm the fetus and baby when it's born? Or do you stop taking the medication and then start having seizures or start to have more seizures, risk your own life and indeed actually risk the life of the baby before it's born?
The key word there that you used is choose, that women should be able to have the choice. And what this Sunday Times investigation has shown is that some women are not being given the choice because they're not being informed of the risks. And that is the core of it, isn't it?
It is. And when people are not informed of the risks, to be honest, it's disgusting. We deserve that choice. People deserve to know what the potential risks are and what the potential benefits are. And we're talking about also risk to the mother as well as the baby. There are two people in this deal, you know.
And, what about these calls for compensation for these maybe 20,000, the families of these 20,000 children who are thought to have been affected by their mothers taking sodium valproate? I mean, are you surprised that the government hasn't said they're going to compensate these families?
Do you know what? If they continue, I didn't know that they'd actually said that they wouldn't. But if they will not, it's quite frankly disgusting. We are supposedly a developed nation. We have, most of the time, in my opinion, the NHS is absolutely wonderful, but we cannot effectively excuse such appalling behaviour from pharmaceuticals, from whoever the individuals are responsible for lack of apology and for lack of effectively lack of care for the population. Because by not giving us this information and by not regularly checking that women understand the risks, you are taking away their choice. And you're choosing to put at risk babies of the future. And let's not also forget that these babies are going to grow up. And they're going to have to deal with any disabilities that they might have in the future, Sean
Linton, the Sunday Times health editor whose story this is, said to me earlier in the programme that there may be some doctors who are not aware of the risks. Does that surprise you?
It doesn't surprise me. Myself, I'm very, very lucky to be with an amazing hospital in London, Queen's Square, part of UCL, and they are the top-notch guys. But in the past, I've had negative experiences, long time ago, with neurologists who were not up to date on the latest information regarding the epilepsies and the anti-seizure medications. So I'm not overly surprised. But having said that, like we're in 2022. We have no excuses today to not be effectively communicating all information that is going to save and better the lives of numerous people to all of the clinicians involved.
Torie Robinson, CEO of Epilepsy Sparks and host of the Epilepsy Sparks Insights podcast. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.